Math fans, I hope you had a great weekend. If you have not completed the bell ringer, the welcome work, the fun before the fun, press pause and make sure you complete it now. Welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Hopefully you have completed the bell ringer because we're about ready to go over it. Find the sum of those three numbers, 3.54, 0.08, and 9.21. Remember to line up the decimals. Line up the decimals, drop it like it's hot. I bet you got 16.79. That's what I got. Find the prime factorization of 88. Remember, the words prime factorization means you make those factor trees. I'm going to pick 8 times 11. I know 11's prime, so circle it. And 8 is 2 times 4. 2 is prime, so I'm going to circle it. And 4 is 2 times 2, so I'm going to circle it. So it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 11. But I know you're smarter than that, and you know how to use exponents, so you wrote down 2 to the third power times 11. Write the opposite of the item. The opposite of boy, girl. The opposite of 50 feet below sea level is 50 feet above sea level, positive 50. The opposite of $10 withdrawn or taking out of a bank account, $10, positive 10. Opposite of negative 7, positive 7. Opposite of 257, negative 257. Great job on that. I know you did. I bet you got all those right. You're getting better and better at math. All right, let's get into some serious fun. You should have the packet in your hands, and make sure you fill this out as I'm going over it. Today, we're going to multiply integers. And we know how to use the properties of operations to solve. We've been doing that a long time. And we're going to multiply, add, subtract integers. So kind of bringing it all together. A couple key terms you need to know for this. Ascend means to go up, like ascending a mountain. And descend means to go down, like descend in the ocean or descend a mountain, going down. Let's look at these questions. It says, what is the vertical rate of ascent in feet per second when a helicopter ascends 900 feet in 3 minutes? Couple of key things I need to know. Let's break this question down. Use our cubes. Vertical rate of ascent in feet per second. And they give us 900 feet in 3 minutes. That's kind of important. They want to know the answer in seconds, and they give it to us in minutes. Think about that. So first of all, I need to get one or the other, right? They tell us it ascends 900 feet in 3 minutes. Well, let me figure out how many seconds that is. 3 minutes. There's 60 seconds in a minute. 3 times 60 is 180. So now I can multiply this 900 divided by 180 equals 5 feet per second. 5 feet per second. That's a pretty quick helicopter. And an ascent means go up, right? So that's a positive number. Let's look at number 2. Would it be more appropriate to represent this rate of ascent as a positive integer or a negative integer? What do you think? I'll tell you what I think. Positive 5 feet per second. Even says the word ascent, which means go up, right? Ascend, move upward. Ascent, upward. What would be the vertical rate in descent? We know descent means go down. How about negative 5 feet per second? Would it be more appropriate to represent this as a rate of descent as a positive integer or a negative integer? Well, that would be negative, right? Descent means going down. Negative integers go down. So that's why I would use that for that. All right, this is super fun. I know you got it. Let's look at this chart. We're going to find a rule, if we can, about multiplying integers. Multiplying integers. Let me go ahead and show you the first row. 3 times 3 is 9. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. 0. Then 3 times negative 1, negative 3. 3 times negative 2, negative 6. 3 times negative 3, negative 9. When I say bacon, press pause and fill out the rest of this chart. Bacon! Hey, welcome back. Hopefully you filled out the chart exactly like this. Notice in this gray box down here, things that make me go, When I have a negative times a negative, it becomes positive. This whole gray box is positive. And if you look at the rule, let's see if our emoji guy can fill it out. The rule is same sign, so if I'm multiplying by the same sign, whether it's positive, positive, or negative, negative, it's going to be positive. Am I positive? Yes, I'm positive. Same sign, positive. Different sign, so a negative times a positive, or a positive times a negative. Different sign, negative. Negative. That's interesting. All right, let's do a few story problems. You can already tell I got my little thinking emoji guy. Means like we're going to have to transfer something again, I think. A Navy submarine descended. Let's dissect this question a little bit. A Navy submarine descended from sea level at a rate of 7 feet per second. Well, I know I'm going to need this 7. It's per second, so I'm going to go ahead and circle that. It's not a number, but I know it's going to be important, right? And it says descended. That's a term I'm going to need to use. That's going to be important, and we know descended means goes down. So let's look to see if it's going to be a negative number. Usually when they say something like descended or reduced, it's going to be negative. Write the descent rate as an integer. So they're asking us for a number to write the descent rate. Well, it's 7 feet per second going down. What do you think you're going to write? Negative 7. It's going down 7 feet per second. Now let's dissect this question. Let's cube it. Find the submarine's elevation for 10 minutes. Well, wait a minute. They gave it to us in seconds. I got my thinking guy over here. 60 seconds equals 1 minute. So to figure out how many seconds in 10 minutes, what would I do? Press pause when I say bacon. See if you can work this problem out, and then come back and I'll show you the answer. Bacon! Welcome back. Man, all this talk about bacon's making me hungry. Find the submarine's elevation after 10 minutes. So first thing I did was get this to seconds. There's 10 minutes times 60 seconds gives me 600 seconds. Then I went and took this 600 times the negative 7, right? Now they're asking you for elevation, but elevation can be plus or minus. Don't get tricked by that. That's why we're dissecting this question, making sure you know what they're exactly asking. And of course, when you go back and check your work, you'll know that they're looking to find the submarine's elevation, which could be a negative number. Negative times a positive, negative. All right, let's look at number 18. Hey, Mo. Those are the Three Stooges, in case you have no idea who those guys are. In golf, par is a score of 0. One golfer, not me, scored 3 under par. 3 under par each day, and there's a 4-day tournament. So let me think through this. Par is 0, so if I get par, I get 0. And if I'm under, my answer would be what? I'm guessing negative, right? So let's look at it. Write the golfer's daily score. Well, it tells us he's 3 under par each day. 3 under par each day. Negative 3. When I say bacon, try and work out the problem for the score for his entire tournament and see if you can figure out how many days the tournament is. I think it says that in the question. Bacon! Welcome back. Hey, Mo! Find the golfer's final score for the entire tournament. I took 4 days times negative 3, and you know a positive times a negative is a negative. Negative 12 was the score for the entire tournament. All right, next we're going to divide integers. And multiplying and dividing are basically the opposites of the other, right? It says because division is the inverse operation of multiplication, you can use this relationship for multiplying and dividing numbers. So basically, if I have a positive and a positive, I'm dividing those two, it's going to be what? Positive. If I have a negative divided by a negative, it's going to be positive. Same sign, positive. It's the same exact rules for multiplication and division. If I have a different sign, it's going to be negative. So anytime it's a different sign, one positive, one negative, they're going to be negative. Same sign, positive. Let's look at number 1. It says the equation 3 times 4 equals 12 shows the numbers 3, 4, and 12 are related by multiplication. Basically, we write a fact family for that. Remember we used to do that a few years back? Fact family. So if 3 times 4 equals 12, how can I use 12 and these two numbers to show that it's related by division? Write that down. Bacon! Welcome back. 12 divided by 3 is 4, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. They're going to ask us to do the same thing here, number 2. 5 minus 2 equals minus 10. Positive times a negative equals a negative. Different signs, negative. We're going to write a division fact family for that. Bacon! Welcome back. I bet you got this one. Negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. Negative 10 divided by negative 2, 5. Different signs, negative. Same signs, positive. Can we make a rationalization about that? The quotient of two integers with the same sign is positive. The quotient of two integers with different signs is negative. Let's do some story problems. All right, I got my thinking guy over there, and it's negative ... Well, that's going to be something we're going to have to look at. The temperature of a pot of water fell. That might be important. It fell from 72 to 36 degrees in 4 minutes. Find the average. Average is where you add them up and divide by the numbers, right? Average and temperature per minute. They want to know the average temperature per minute. Are we already in minutes? Yep. Fell probably means it's going to be negative. When I say bacon, press pause, see if you can figure that one out. Bacon! Hey, welcome back. So, did you get it? 72 degrees plus a negative 36 degrees. Remember my KFC, keep, flip, change, equals 9. Oh, wait, I did the whole thing in one shot. 72 degrees plus a negative 36 degrees divided by 4. Total, then 4, equals 9 degrees per minute. It's going down 9 degrees per minute. But average change per minute going down 9 degrees per minute. Don't let them trick you with that. So I got my thinking guy there, right? Temperature's going down per minute. All right, let's look at number 12. The low temperatures in Colton, a town near Springfield, for 5 consecutive days were -8, -13, -4, -9, -16. What was the average low temperature for 5 days? Let's cube this one. So here's my numbers. I got -13, -4, -9, -16, -8. And those are the 5 temperatures. This is 5 days. They want to know what was the average. That's important for 5 days. The average means you add up the numbers and divide by the number of items, or the total divided by the number. When I say bacon, see if you can figure that one out. Bacon! Hey, welcome back. Let's see how you did. Did you add all those numbers up? You should have gotten a negative answer, right? A negative number divided by 5, and if you take all those numbers and add them up, and they're negative, so you get Negative total, negative 50 divided by 5, negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Great job. All right. This is over. Get ready to play some games, do some homework. I know you got this. It's a piece of cake. Have a great day. Bacon!